Hey everybody, it's me Ash, and I am back with part 2 of the Tassel charm.
You sounded like Bunny. Hey everybody, it's Bunny.
Oh, sorry. It's a YouTuber that she's. But I am back with the Tassel charm part 2, making the tassel. I am no pro at this, you guys, but somebody wanted to see a tutorial, so there is. So what you will need is scrap ribbon or other ribbon. Oh my god. Okay, so my niece is eating salt and vinegar chips. Look at this one. I have never seen one like that before.
What the fuck?
Language.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
okay, so you will need ribbon. This is the ribbon she chose. Depending on how long you want your tassels, depends on how long you want your ribbon. I just randomly cut, and at the end I'll trim the ends. You will need a lighter. Can you hand me that, please? You need a lighter to seal the ribbon ends, or they will fray. Kind of like how, I don't know, can you see that? See that right there, that white piece? Like this. Which you will use at the end. You will need a clasp of some sort. I am using a key ring. You will need a topper of some sort. I'm using a bead topper because I don't have tassel toppers. You will need a jump ring. You will need your charm that you made in the first video. You will need some type of thread. You can use, I'm using elastic cord because I feel like it works best for mine because I am having to go through such a small hole. You can use twine. A lot of people use waxed thread. You can use embossing thread. I think that's what it's called. Embossing thread. I think that's what it's called. Did I say scissors? You need a pair of scissors. You will also, which I forgot to grab, Chloe, you're going to have to go get it, a piece of ribbon to go around it to make the head of the tassel. Can you go get that charmed ribbon that has like kind of like the, looks like blinged out, that pink? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So, to do this, you are going to lay out all of your ribbon. How did I do this last time? I'm trying to remember. How did I do this last time?
I don't know.
Oh, either. Okay, and you're going to need a piece of whatever you choose to wrap around the top. So I'm just going to cut off a piece of this. I'm going to go with that size right there. So how I did it, now that I remember, is I cut off a pretty decent length of my, I'm using stretchy cord. I think this is 0.5 millimeter. And you are going to lay your ribbon down in the order you want it to go. So, and you're going to lay it to where this side is coming up that you want to be seen. So I'm just going to take all my ribbon and lay it over top of my cord here. And I'm going to put the glittery one on top because I don't want it to be on the very bottom. I'm making a mess here. I'm going to move some stuff out the way before I lose everything. Okay, let's try again, y'all. So, you lay your piece of cord down, or if you have a bodabra, oh, that's a good idea. Okay, we're going to do it differently. So I'm going to actually fold my cord in half so that I have a little loop in the bottom, and then I'm going to lay my ribbon on top. And how we're going to do this is we're going to do the yellow on the bottom, like so, and then we'll do the blue, Like so. And I try to make them kind of even as I'm laying them down. I cut some of these really long, didn't realize it. Alright, y'all. I got it. Okay. So I have all of my ribbon laid how I want it on top of each other. Like so. Right here is my little stretchy cord. I'm gonna kind of like, sorry, I'm making you guys dizzy over here. Oop, I'm using my phone. I'm going to take my two ends here, if I can pick it up. Oop. Oh, it moved. My two ends, and I'm going to put it through the loop I made. This one. And now you can use as much as you want for these. And you kind of fold these down like so. You can use as much as you want ribbon wise, depending on how thick you want it to be. You can even use thicker ribbons if you want. I choose to use smaller ones because I don't have big things. So I put it through and I pull it as tight as I can at the moment. Then I separate the two strands like so, and I bring it around a couple times and I tie it in a knot. Tied it in a knot. Then I'm going to bring it back around a few times. And I wrap it a few times because of stability. These stretchy cords will last quite some time if you train right. And you don't have to use stretchy cords. Like I said, you can even get like a small twine and use it in with your tassel at the end, so you can kind of like blend it in. Or if you're just using like embossing ribbon or embossing thread for your whole thing, you can just add it to your thing as long as it's the same color. So at the end I kind of do, I think it's called a figure 8 knot. I don't remember what it's called. It's been a while since I learned this stuff. I learned this stuff in high school, how to make jewelry and stuff like that. We had a class called 3D Arts and Crafts that I made my dad pay for. I know I'm such a terrible child. Because I'd rather have done that than band. Not a band person. So I chose 3D Arts and Craft, and there was like a part 1, 2, and 3 of it. I took all 3 throughout high school. Well, with what I did in high school. I wasn't in high school very long because I was a bad kid and got pregnant. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim the ends just to make sure that they are even with each other to make my process a lot easier. So this is what it looks like so far. This one's not going to be a very thick one. I'm going to actually move some pieces around here because you can still make them move at this point in time. Oh, you need a hot glue gun. That's what I forgot. Chloe, would you be a doll and plug the hot glue gun underneath the table? Because that's going to be needed soon. So that is the tassel so far. Now this is where things, you get to get underneath the table. There's no way I can plug it in from here. Hot glue gun, some glue. You don't need much. It's just to make sure everything stays secure. So at this point, you will take your ends right here, and you will put both through your topper. Okay. So I'm going to put both through the topper here, and I'm going to pull it through. It's not going to be all the way through, but it's going to be through enough, and I'm going to need to use some more room. Then you put them both through your jump ring. So you have your jump ring and your topper. You're going to put it back through your topper so it kind of makes like a loop, a secure loop over top of your jump ring. This is the tricky part. And I'm legally blind, so seeing small little tiny holes is not my forte. Got it. So you pull them both through the topper again. So therefore, now, when you look at it like so, it's attached. It's not going anywhere. Then what I'm going to do again is separate them and wrap it around my tassel again and secure it with a figure 8 knot. And I'm going to try to pull it as tight as I can because I want that topper to be as close to the top of the tassel as much as possible. And I'm going to adjust a few things because it likes to go sideways on me sometimes. And I'm going to secure that. Now, I like to leave this pretty long because one of these ends I'm going to be using again. My son is talking in his sleep. So, I usually feel comfortable with making 2 of them, just to make sure. I just got scared to death by my husband. I have security cameras up in my house, and you can control them by your phone.
Oh, you got us good.
And sometimes my husband, while he's at work, thinks it's funny. Oh, you can talk through them. Thinks it's funny, oh my goodness, to get on there and talk through them and scare the bejeebies out of us. Yes, I said bejeebies, Chloe, get over it.
I thought it was a cow. That's why it looked like one.
My niece thought it was a cow because it kind of sounded like he said moo.
Probably.
He probably did. Knowing him, he's a weirdo. So, yeah, that is on there. Pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this bottom piece off like so. And I swear, if he calls, call him right now from your phone. Tell him to not call my phone because I'm gonna have to start this video all over again. So, at this point, this is what it looks like. I have my topper here, my jump ring, and it's all kind of mushed together. So.
Did you moo?
Now here's for the other part. Before I secure this, I want to make the head of this. So I go about a ½ inch down and I pinch pretty tight. And then I will take my rest of my twine and I'm going to do the same thing with the fold in half, pull through, pull tight ordeal. And I'm going to adjust some things so that it doesn't look all crazy.
Did you move? Yeah. I moved.
He mooed. He mooed through the cameras at my niece because lately she has been obsessed with cows. I don't know why, but she has. So, this right here, the reason why I do this right here is because it's more of a security thing. You're not going to see it once you put the other piece on. I try to twist it as tight as I can. And then I'll secure it with some hot glue and burn the living crap out of my fingers while doing it. But it's okay. And I'll trim the extra off. This just helps keep things in place. add a little bit more to this right here, like so. Ow. See, like I said, burn the ever living out of myself. Once you glue that in place, you can't really move your ribbons around too much, but this is what it looks like. I'm going to make this as the front because it has these in the front right here. After that, you adjust your topper, and I like to glue this down as well, just so it stays in place. So I kind of have it how I want it on top, right here. This one was a little bit easier than my other ones. And I'll place some glue around top, and then I will fold the pieces down and around, kind of mush it together. So there's that. At this point, I will then take my little piece of ribbon. You can use ribbon, like I said, you can use anything, and wrap it around where I put the head. Sticky. It's stuck to me, y'all. Okay. So I figure out what is the front, because I don't want the seam to be in the front from this. And I'm deciding that this right here is going to be the front of this. So I'm going to place some hot glue there. And lay it on like so. See? I'll let that dry a little bit. I don't want to touch it because I don't want to pull the hot glue through. I see another piece that I gotta trim. Okay, and then I'm going to wrap this around the rest of the way and secure it with hot glue. So, in my last video, while I'm doing this, I talked about upcoming videos and got sidetracked by my niece several times. I have a fairy garden thing. Mind you, it's not the greatest fairy garden. It's my first time doing one, so I can't promise you that it's going to be amazing. And it's not really a fairy garden, it's more of a gnome garden. I don't have no fairies in it. I have little tiny gnomes. I'll cut off this extra piece right there. Let's see here what else I'm gonna have some more cards that I'm gonna be making. I haven't really showed you guys much of my cards on here. I think only like a handful of times. So now I have this. At this point, we are going to trim the ribbon. So I just kind of grab it and pull it down, and I just chop at it like so. Ta-da. Now it's trimmed. Then you want to go through and burn the pieces you need to burn. So at this point in time, I just need to do the pink, green, and yellow and blue. That's the ribbon that frays on this. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of lay them out like a fan, because I feel like this is the easiest way and you don't burn your fingers. And gently run it over all the pieces, so you don't have to worry about fraying no more. Then what I'm going to do is, how do I want to do this? Okay, so take my, you can add like your charm to this jump ring if you wanted to, Or you can do what I'm going to do, because, I mean, it's just for me and for my niece if she wants to take it home, which I made her a chunky charm and she absolutely loves it. And I'm going to use my needle nose pliers because I don't want to kill my fingers to open this up. And I'm going to put my tassel on it. And since it's already open, the charm on it. And walla bing, walla boom. It's done. What do you think, Chloe? Do you like your charm that you picked out? Do you want to keep it and take it home? She said yes as she's munching on her chips. So yeah, upcoming videos. We have the garden. We have some more cards. I think while my niece is here, I'm going to get her into some card making. Again. Okay, listen. Those tags, those 70-something tags, a while back. If you haven't seen that video, a while back, I have like 4 or 5 parts to tags that we made together because we made 70-something tags all together in one night. I mean, we spent several hours on those. I also have an idea in my head if I can get to Lowe's or Home Depot to pick up some cement to make some really fun, cool planters, like for plants, because it is that time of year, you know, plants, everything. Also, I want to get to another Goodwill, which I haven't went yet. I've already had a Goodwill video posted, and I said in that one that I wanted to go to another one. But I'm going to be looking for some fabric doilies to make something fun out of those. I might have some, I might want to, I don't know, throughout this summer, I'm thinking about redecorating possibly my bedroom or my bathroom or even my living room with some, what?
Redecorating.
Yeah. Redecorating some rooms in my house, and I want to do some DIY projects mainly based off of dollar store, like Dollar Tree products. Maybe a few things from Walmart and like their little clearance section and stuff like that. I don't know yet, but I think that's in my future. I also plan on trying to do a little bit of remodeling in my bathroom when my dad is here, because I live in an old trailer and it's ran by my ex-father-in-law, well, stepdad. And long story short, he does not do anything to his rental properties. He's that type of landlord. So we have to put our own money into this place. And how our house is he has a couple new windows. Like, the front of the house is all new windows. And this side of the house, this side that the kids' room, has new windows. But the other side of the house and the back of the house have old windows. Like, the windows that you use a cranker to open, those. But the cranker is broken and they do not open. And they have no insulation whatsoever in them. Well, 2 of those windows, my kitchen window and my bathroom window, lead into a storage room, back patio. It used to be a back patio, but the renters before us were jerks and let their kids break out all the windows back there. So my stepdad just plywooded over it and shingled, what is it? That's not shingles. What is that called? Siding over it. So it's just like a back storage room. I'm trying to convince him to knock down the few walls so that way I just have a big porch back there. But those windows lead into there, and because it's such a small place, we're limited on storage. I was going to see if my dad, because he's a handyman, will turn those windows into shelving units, built-in shelving units, because that would help out a lot. So maybe if my dad does that, he'll let me record his process. I might have to bleep out some things because he's got a mouth of a sailor. But, I mean, he kind of is one. So, let's see here. What else do we have going on? Ooh, I might be having some hidden giveaways. I have a die that I can't use because I don't have the long enough plates for it that I think I'm going to give away. Maybe some tassels, stuff like that. Oh, I also have a embellishment box swap going on in my Facebook group on Paper Crafters United 2. If you're interested in joining, go ahead and look it up and send a request. I'm going to be doing a swap in there. So yeah, and look, you guys, I knew it. My nail cracked when I was doing those charms. Oh well. Anyways, I'm going to get off here. It's getting late, and it's going to take a while to upload these videos. So yeah, until next time, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Bye. You want to say bye?
Bye.
She said bye.